Hello, so I'm going to be talking you guys through one of my leg days today. I haven't actually filmed any workouts whatsoever recently, just because I feel like there's so many home workouts already out there. But then actually I thought about it and I feel like it'd be quite helpful to see what I'm doing and then see how you could then use some of this to kind of like enhance your own. So I'm really lucky at the minute. I've got a barbell, dumbbells and a booty band, and I do use all three, but you can, with everything that I do, you can swap it out and use dumbbells, this, that and the other. But the one thing I would always say is the booty band is really going to be really helpful because you can really activate the glutes. Yeah, well, most of my workouts kind of similar to what I usually do, except from I'm someone that I really love using the Smith machine and the hip abduction machines and stuff. So obviously I've kind of had to work out how to kind of like replicate that through different exercises. I think the main thing that's different with my workouts at the minute than my workouts in the gym is normally in the beginning I'll do glute activation and at the end I'll do glute burnout. But now, because I'm finding it harder to really feel everything in my glutes, I do a lot of glute activation in between my sets because I feel like that just helps me feel it a lot more and gets a bit more like painful and you know. Anyway, and then other than that, it's also I have what heavy weights. I'm quite lucky with that, but it's not as heavy as I would be lifting in the gym. So for a lot of the exercises where I used to do like maybe between 8 to 12 reps, sometimes I'm doing a lot more just because you want to really feel it everywhere. Oh, quick note is I'm not a personal trainer. All this information is just stuff that I've kind of learnt along the way, so take it with what you will. Yeah, I think that's it.
Yep.
Okay, so I start off every workout with some glute activation. I do these two exercises. I do 20, then 15, then 10. So I start off with banded fire hydrants. And then I move on to banded hip thrusts. And when I get to the top, just to activate my glutes even more, I open my knees. I then go back on to doing fire hydrants, but this time I like using a 5 kg weight just to really get my glutes activated. I do 3 sets of 15 of these. I then move on to doing split squats. I do 3 times 12 of these. I actually hate split squats and I would never normally do them in the gym, but obviously with all the restrictions that you get from working out at home, it is a good exercise for doing. I then do some more glute activation, this time doing 15 hip abductions in between each of my seated good morning sets. I do 3 times 12 of the seated good mornings. I choose to put the dumbbells just on my shoulders. This exercise always looks like it's not really doing very much, but if you lean forward, you really feel the pull on your hamstrings and just under your glute. These are my absolute favourite. I normally do them with a barbell in the gym, but again, just making do with what I've got. And then I just do some standing hip abductions again, just to make sure I'm feeling it. Next is Romanian deadlifts. I do these with a barbell, I'm really lucky, but these you could definitely do with dumbbells as well. I do 3 times 15 of these, which is a lot more than I would normally do in the gym. It's because the weight's a lot lighter than I normally lift. Again, I just bend until I feel it in my hamstrings and then I come back up again. So now I move on to doing some glute bridges on the floor. Because my weights are really small, I then put them on another weight so I can wiggle myself underneath. Again, it's just kind of like just making do with what you've got around. Again, this exercise can be done with a dumbbell. It's just I'm lucky that I've got a barbell, so I use it. Okay, so then these are the glute bridges. When you get to the top, you really have to squeeze the glutes. I aim to do 3 times 12 of these, but by the time I get to the third set, it ends up being till failure, which is a lot less than the 12, just because it really, really burns. And then these are frog pumps, similar exercise, but your feet are together and your knees are further apart. Again, aiming for 3 times 12, but never made it yet. I then finish off with a glute burnout, again with this 20, 15, 10. This time I do fire hydrants. Fire hydrants again, I already did fire hydrants. Then followed by donkey kicks. Then finished off with the hip thrusts again. Okay, so that is the workout finished. I hope you guys found that useful. I then always finish the workout with like an 8-minute stretch, to be precise, 8 minutes. And then I go get a snack.